Hello, my name is Jessica Bloss, and I'm an early childhood educator in Syracuse, New York. I currently teach for Head Start, as well as I'm working on my master's through Grand Canyon University. Today I'm here to talk to you about the importance of an active, engaged, play-based curriculum. This is something that you often see in early childhood classrooms, however, is not fluent across the United States currently, and is often lost when it comes to elementary schools as well. So when I say actively engaged play-based curriculum, I mean that the teacher has set up the classroom so that when the child walks in, the materials and items are there to make real-world connections and successfully explore the world around them, allowing the child to develop skills based upon just the items in the room. So it is very child-guided rather than teacher-guided. I looked at a study by Nancy Carlson Page, who is an early childhood advocate as well as an expert in the field. She looked at the institutionalized approach that many elementary schools use, and then she also looked at an approach that the Nordic countries use, where it is very free-based. Now, when she looked at these, the Nordic people actually allow for their children up to the age of 7 to have free play-based curriculums in their schools. Whereas the US, when you get into elementary school, is very structured. It's very institutionalized, and testing is weighed very heavily on not only the students, but also the teachers and performance standards. We know as educators that it's a fact that brain development is rapid before the age of 5. Yet when we look at early childhood educations, birth through 2nd grade, that's still considered early childhood education, the focus is not on the importance of those children in that age demographic. The focus is more on high school students or college students looking to accelerate and move to that next level. Now, when we don't take the time to really look at children in that age bracket, we're really losing out on a very essential part of development for those children. Now, the Nordic people have already come to that conclusion. That's why they use the free-based, play-based curriculum. Now, the skilled-centered classrooms in the United States put that extra pressure, and they put extra emphasis on education, but institutionalized education at such a young age that when children hit high school, they don't have that love of learning that many Nordic children have in Nordic countries, due to Nordic culture is very lax. So when Nancy was really looking at the two and she was comparing them, she came to the conclusion that the skill-based play was much less effective than the free-based play that Nordic people were using. The Nordic people, when they used the free-based play, actually had children who were accelerating as well as still had that love of learning when they were older, encouraging them to still grow and continue with education. Creating lifelong learners should be an educator's most important job. It's the most important thing that we do, and if we are not using the right curriculum to do so, are we really benefiting these children? When you also look at elementary schools here in the United States, something that we would consider free play in the day would be recess. Now, recess is often the first thing that is taken away when a child misbehaves, but usually that child that's misbehaving really just needs to be engaged and needs to be an active learner. Sitting behind a desk all day is not something I know I could do, and I don't know how many of you could do it also. It puts a lot of stress and strain on a child. So being able to get up and get out and just move really does help a child refocus to come back into that classroom and to engage in what is going on. You can look at this. There's a correlation between test scores. Children who are allowed to in elementary schools get up and go outside and have that free time. Doesn't matter the time of the year. Even here in Syracuse in the winter, if it's too cold, we go into the gym and you get extra time in the gym. You need to be able to release that. The testing scores, though, if you look at correlations between children who have recess, children who have limited recess, and then children who have extended recess, the testing scores are much higher. Is it coincidence? Is it correlation? I would say so. However, still, recess is something that's cut in elementary schools. Now, recess, most people are like, oh, it's my free time. It's the child's not getting anything from it. Recess is actually considered one of the most enriching parts of the day for a child due to it has all forms of development. It has physical development, social development, as well as cognitive development. There are tons of things to learn just by exploring the world around you. Now, play is essential at all ages of development across the globe. Children across the globe learn through play. There is not one culture in the world that does not actively engage and use play as a young child as a part of development. It's not a thing. It doesn't exist. When you look at NAEYC and their regulations, they have the same types of statements as I'm saying here, that play-based free play is the best way to actively engage young children, that enriching programs that engage this free play is essential for any child's development, that outside time is necessary for a child to be able to explore the world around them in different aspects, as well as many places throughout the United States use a system called OCFS. It's Office of Family and Child Services. OCFS, in their regulations, if you are a regulated program, says that you need at least 20 minutes of outside, active, engaged outside time daily. If you do not concur with this, it's actually a violation of your license. Free-based play is essential and needs to be at the forefront of early childhood educators. As an advocate for children, as an educator, I'm making a push and a stride to make play-based learning opportunities essential and part of an everyday experience for children in early childhood classrooms. Thank you for your time and have a great day.